How's it going, everybody? Happy New Year. Welcome back. It is 2023. This video is going to be about my total sales and royalties and some of the other stats that I'm able to get through for 2022. What a year. I don't even know where to start because there were so many ups and downs. Like I'm starting to sound like any one of those kind of like motivational videos where people are like, it's been rough, but then, things got better. It really has been an unpredictable year. I remember putting out so many videos, sales updates, daily sales updates, basically just saying, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this crash happened. Also, I don't know why this spike in sales happened. And it was that kind of a year. The results I am extremely happy with. And let's get into that. Let's not waste any more time. The numbers that you're looking at right now, these are my total numbers for 2022. And I'm going to do some comparisons. I'm going to go into royalties. I'm going to go into total sales. But from kind of just distancing myself and without going into these numbers too much in depth, this is what I have to say. It was first of all of these numbers for the purposes of this video, this is all organic. I think during 2022 I might have spent anywhere from 50 to $100 running ads but testing things out, and none of them worked out, and I only did this, I would say, for maybe a week or 2 weeks. I don't know if it was during October or November or something like that. I think it might have been maybe even earlier. So the whole year I did not run any ads. I did not spend any of this money, and I didn't put it back into the business. Now we can talk about, it was that a mistake? Should I have that? But that's a different story. I believe the simple answer is yes, and that's going to be my approach. But I'm not here to talk about that. Let's talk about the numbers. The biggest hit in sales was in the U.S. market. My total number of products sold is 2,191, as you can see here. Total number of returns 147, which is actually really, really good for these kinds of numbers. I am surprised. It's not even 10%. It's not even close to 10%. So things are really good. Total amount in sales $40,000. So keep in mind, I have to pause here just for a second. 4 or 5 years ago, I'm a guy living on my own, doesn't even know what POD or print on demand is, right? Fast forward 4 or 5 years, I just did $40,000 in sales in one marketplace on one platform. Just take that in, right? Total royalties $6,667.74. These are all US dollars. Everything that I'm going to be talking about today is in US dollars. Royalties per sale 304. This took a big hit, and I'm also going to compare those numbers in a second. UK 261 sales. Germany 467 sales. France 101, no returns. That's pretty good. Italy 218, Spain 82, Japan 289. So, if we put all these numbers together, I'm going to get into the totals, then I'm going to compare it to 2022. If we look at these numbers, we're going to look at here. So, total number or total amount in sales, $67,100.55, all US dollars. So $67,100 in sales total. This is for 3,609 products. So that in itself, even just looking at this right now, reflecting, makes me extremely happy because keep in mind, no ads. No ads. So this is all organic. Now, Of course, we can have a, hours long discussion of this, if this is good, if this is bad. For me personally, as I mentioned, just 5 years ago, I'm going to go with five because I don't know exactly if it was 4 or 5 years ago. Uh, Zero experience. I don't even know what the term means. I don't know what print on demand meant. And fast forward 5 years, $67,000 in sales, one platform. So I'm going to stop right there. Now let's compare. Actually, no. Let's look at royalties. Uh, so out of those, and here's where the kicker is. All of these numbers, I think mostly this one has dropped significantly, but still gave me $10,726.02 in royalties. So I can't remember. I did a video last year, same video, same kind of format, where I basically concluded that I did get about $1,000 in royalties per month. It looks like that has dropped in 2022, but I still did about $11,000 in royalties off of merch. US dollars. To me, I don't know how other people, like, for example, number one, what that amount of money means to somebody, right? I've talked about this before. Depending on where you are in the world geographically, this could pay for all of your expenses, your family's expenses. People in certain parts of the world that are working with merch by Amazon actively could live off of this without any problems. I can't. Not even close, right? However, this is almost $11,000. So, I like to stop at these different places and just remind people not to get distracted or fooled by this dream world where we're losing kind of touch of like what $11,000 in royalties means. This was deposited in my bank account last year off of this platform where I am simply listing products, and the way I'm listing them is through an automation tool, which means that I'm basically working on spreadsheets. However, of course, there's a design component on it, but to it. But of course, there's other services where you can actually generate designs, hundreds of designs in a few minutes. You can buy certain memberships where you will get 100 designs a month, for a certain amount of money. So even the design part of it, you can get rid of. In either way, $67,100 in sales, $10,726 in royalties. Now let's compare it to 2022. And for 2022, I don't have my totals. I just have the numbers. So the big positive, psychological positive, not a real kind of concrete numerical positive, is that I did beat last year. I actually did better in 2022 than 2021 by 23 sales. And that's okay. Now let's look at these differences. And I have to apologize. I will go back and forth these two screens because all I'm doing right now is clicking different tabs right off the screen. You guys can't see it, but the biggest, and I think what I can do is I'll talk about this also. In the interest of time, I'm going to do this fairly quickly. I'm going to look at the US market. We're going to talk about this big huge drop, and then we're going to address the big huge increase in international sales. So I mean, there's no mystery here. Just look at the difference. 2,993 sales versus 2,191 sales. We're looking at 800 sales difference. And look at the royalties. My royalties in the US have dropped from $3.75 per sale to $3.04 per sale. And this is in addition to the big huge drop in sales. Look at the royalties. $233 versus $6,667. And then we get to the point that I've been actually making throughout the year, and I would say fairly regularly. It's the importance of every other marketplace. And this is where I'm just going to pause, take the conversation away from merch just for a second, because I really want to make this clear to especially new people. I think people that have been in the business for a while, they already know this, but for anybody who's new, look at the difference between this year, this is 2021, and 2022, in the drop in US sales and then the increase in international sales. We're talking about one platform. This is the time that I want to make a point that every other platform that you're working with is just as important, because you don't know if next year or this year these numbers are going to, these numbers are going to drop. This might drop even more. We don't know what's going to happen. And that's why it's so important not to just trust, in one platform religiously, right? You want to expand your business. You want to have some kind of a safety net, because if something happens with merch, no matter how much we love it, at least you can rely on other incomes. And that's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to take away from merch and how amazing it is. But I do want people to realize that this isn't it, right? It is so important to do other things. At least if you're talking about print on demand, to work with other platforms, but my approach is to do other things. So that was a big, huge drop. And then I had an increase in sales in every other marketplace. And some of them, I'll go back and forth. So from 121 to 261. So that's more than double. 154 to 467. So that's about triple the sales. 70 to 101, not quite double, but a nice increase. 55 to 218. So that's 4 times. 40 to 82, double. 153 to 289. So that's about double. So a lot of these have doubled, tripled, and then this one went down by 800 sales. So overall, all I can say is that, number one, I personally am extremely happy. I don't know what these numbers mean to you guys, how you would take them. If it would make you sad, if it would make you happy to make this amount of money. For somebody who views this as definitely passive income, because I'm not working on this full time. I have a full-time job. I have a number of other things that I'm working on, but merch is definitely one of my favorites. I have a whole, of course, this whole YouTube channel is dedicated to that. But $67,100 in sales and $10,726 in royalties, all organic. It feels really good. Now I can put out other videos talking about the tier versus sales and all that kind of stuff, disappointments throughout the year, and I definitely want to talk about those things, but for now this is where I'm going to leave it. I think it was a good year. I think it was a rough year at times, but in the end, not only was it the best year for me, even though it's by 23 sales, I am extremely happy with how everything went, and I'm so looking forward to 2023. First couple of days of January have already passed, and I just honestly, I have so many things in my mind that I want to do, that I want to work on, that I want to experiment with. But for now, $67,100.55 in sales, $10,726 in royalties. Thank you guys. Let me know how you did. I'm so curious. I'm so happy about everything about this channel. Let me know, and as always, thank you guys for watching.